I'm Mike Clan along with Senerey de los Santos. This is Friday Football Focus.
Yes, the action is hot on the field as we have highlights of 14 games tonight, and we start with the big showdown in Arroyo Grande. Today, Team USA came into the 2014 FIFA World Cup as the underdog. The Camarillo Scorpions have dedicated the rest of the season to former teammate Daniel Morales. The 16-year-old was killed this week at a Taco Bell in a senseless murder. Now, Morales had transferred this year to Newberry Park, so both schools playing with heavy hearts. Rio Mesa put on an offensive show last week in Santa Barbara with 47 points, but the Spartans would have to be even better this week as they would host the Western Division top seed. On this Friday the 13th, the Gauchos have no fear on their quest to be the best in the West. The UCSB men's basketball team is just 2 wins away from the big dance. Now the Gauchos hit the floor tonight against UC Irvine. One more quarter left until the Super Bowl champs are crowned, but I think it's safe to say Seattle all the way. I'm here at the Residence Inn in Oxnard where Cowboys and Raider fans have united. Well, kind of. To Tyler Klutz, a fullback for the Dallas Cowboys. Tyler, just go ahead and wrap up day 1 of training camp. This Game 7 has just got underway. Hopefully, this dream for Danny Duffy and the Lompoc natives will come true. He will come back as a champion. At least it was a party in the USA. Well, actually, it was a party in the press room in Santa Barbara. Check it out. The crowd. The season isn't going the way that St. Bonaventure is used to, but they're looking to change the momentum tonight. St. Bonaventure is coming off a huge win last week against Oaks Christian, 21-17. It doesn't get any easier for the Seraphs. They would have to take on Westlake on the road, and league would be on the line. Well, the baseball series between UCSB and Cal Poly is split. Now, today's game would determine who would take this series and third place in the Big West Conference. We head out to this blue-green rivalry between the Gauchos and the Mustangs, and I spy with my little eye some dirty papas. That's funny, right? We pick it up in the third with the game tied at 1 until this bases loaded. Taylor Chris walks the Gaucho, putting UCSB up 2-1. Then Michigan State, Duke, Baylor, Kentucky. I have Duke winning it all, though. So
I have Duke there too, but I have Baylor winning it all. For some reason, I have a good feeling about Baylor.
Wow, wow. All right, so this took place last Sunday. We all filled out our brackets. And as you just heard, Victoria had a good feeling about Baylor. How about the Bears?
I was thinking it was, beginner's luck. It was the first time I ever filled out a bracket, and Baylor lost it
for my help. Not be very funny in the beginning, but I promised you I had something real funny to end with.
Oh my gosh, you did not.
Now it looks like Easter. That was pretty good, huh? You didn't see that one coming. I hid it in my shoe, so you did not.
Oh, you wait for the 11 o'clock, girlfriend.
You're so red right now. No, you can't get me. Who are you picking?
You know what?
I'm gonna say Camarillo.
I'm gonna say Camarillo too. I'll be honest with you.
You're copying me. That's all right. That's all right. I think Bonnie's guy is saying Camarillo. At least we have this on the record, right? He's undefeated. His record right now is 21-0, including 13 knockouts. What can we expect from this guy who's from New York? So essentially, he's boxing in his own backyard. Well, the regular season of high school football wrapped up on Friday, and Santa Paula High School has a player that's not only competing on the field, but in life. Sophomore Keyshawn Mata won his second battle against cancer and has never made any excuse to step out on the football field, even if it meant doing it with one leg.
The old man grabs his hand and said, "How bad do you want to be successful?" He said, "Real bad." He said, "Walk on out in the water." He said, "Walk a little further." He came, dropped his head in, held him down. He said, "I got a question for you. When you were underwater, what did you want to do?" He said, "I wanted to breathe."
You gotta want to be successful as much as you want to breathe.
Powerful words Keyshawn Mata lives by in life and on the football field.
Keyshawn has the attitude where nothing's going to hold him back.
The 15-year-old has overcome a life-threatening illness to play the sport he loves, and doing it in unique fashion.
There's no disadvantages with it. Sometimes it breaks when I make cuts, but I just tape it up and then go back in.
Strapping on a prosthetic leg has been a daily routine for Keyshawn ever since he was a kid. At the age of 5, he slipped and fell on his right foot getting out of a pool at his grandparents' house.
There was a big bump on it and it didn't go away for like 2 weeks, so we finally went to the doctors and they said it was clogged at first, but then they They drained it and they found out it was peripheral nerve sheath tumor.
Keyshawn underwent several surgeries to remove the tumor, but the cancer kept returning. Doctors suggested amputating his right leg from the knee down. That's when Keyshawn's mother, Tina Mata, got a second opinion at Children's Hospital in Los Angeles.
They decided to cut from the ankle down, and that's how it is now. I just remember when the doctor told my mom that I had to get my ankle removed. I just remember her crying.
I was heartbroken, scared that something bad was really going to happen and he wasn't going to come out of this.
They took it harder than I did because I didn't really know what was going on at the time.
At the age of 6, Keyshawn would have to learn how to walk all over again, this time with a prosthetic that weighs more than his left leg.
It was a struggle. It was hard to walk at first with it, but I got used to it. It didn't stop me from playing baseball.
Or any other sport, including his first love, football. Now a sophomore at Santa Paula High School, Keyshawn has been in remission for a year. He's your typical 15-year-old, walking the halls, putting on pads, and lacing up his cleats like the rest of his teammates.
Keyshawn has the attitude where nothing's going to hold him back, and he almost sees it as an advantage because he's had to overcome so much throughout his athletic career and throughout his life. So he's got a great attitude about the whole thing.
On October 20th, with 3 games remaining on the schedule, Keyshawn received the news he'd been dreaming of. He would be moved up to varsity and named as the Cardinals' starting quarterback.
I was very excited. I didn't show it, but I was inside.
If anybody can do it, Keyshawn can. His demeanor on the field, he's always in control, and everybody follows him.
And the 5'9", 150-pounder has an arm.
Time to play some football!
When the Friday night lights lit up on October 24th, Keyshawn Mata dressed out in his new role. And in the fourth quarter, his first varsity touchdown was witnessed. Keyshawn threw back-to-back touchdowns despite the loss to Grace Brethren.
He stepped right into our varsity huddle this week and commanded control of the huddle. And I think that for the next 2 years, he'll lead this program.
Felt good, just with the fans screaming you on. It's amazing.
The battle on the field is nowhere close to what he has already defeated in life. But Keyshawn would like to be known as a football player rather than a cancer survivor.
I don't like it, but I'm proud of it. I know that I fought it, and I'm proud of myself.
He's an inspiration. He's strong. He has courage and the determination to not let anything stop him from doing what he loves.
The NFL season kicking off in 2 weeks. Fantasy football fans are hard at work putting together their ideal dream team, which had me thinking, who would the pros pick to be on their fantasy roster? Well, I asked a few Dallas Cowboys while they were in Oxnard for training camp, and this is what they had to say.
Let's go ahead and pay up before the draft. Dude, what is this?
It's IOU. It's just as good as money.
The NFL season is just around the corner, and for a large amount of people, they've entered this fantasy football world, creating the perfect dream team in a friendly little wager.
Tony Romo, first pick.
How's your fantasy team looking this year?
When it comes to draft day, fantasy football fans think they're experts putting the perfect team together. But who would the actual pros pick to stack their team?
I don't even play fantasy. Other than Dez, I don't know who to pick.
But I made members from the Dallas Cowboys tell me their top 5 picks to create the dream team. And the majority of the boys had the X-Man as the top pick.
At number 1, I'm going to go Dez Bryant.
Dez Bryant.
Dez Bryant's number 1 to me.
And they continued to pick their own.
Jason Witten.
Tony, Dez.
I think Cole Beasley is going to put up some points this year.
Meanwhile, Terrence Williams picked players from outside his squad.
I would have to go with Le'Veon Bell, of course, Calvin Johnson, and for my flex, I can Adrian Peterson.
And in other news, Cole Beasley wanted nothing but quarterbacks.
Tony Romo, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. You can't do that?
On this little adventure, none of the Cowboys called their own number.
You didn't pick yourself?
No, I mean, I mean, I don't like the fantasy stuff like that. But I mean, if people do want to pick me, I will be the sleeper. But I mean, hey, if I had a choice to pick my own team, that would be my dream team.
Don't worry, Terrence, you are on my fantasy roster. That is a great sleeper. Let's look at sports. The news will return right after this.